Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Welcome, my friends, to another special edition of the Mr. and Mrs. Flip-Flopper Show, dedicated to reporting all those things that flip and flop. And I'm your host, Angel Snub 7, the mighty one, your soul brother number one, Angel Snub 7. Let me clear my throat. Let's get into this one. Breaking news, breaking news. Now, how we want to do this? Okay. So let's go back to, well, first of all, our subject is Mrs. Flip-Flopper. Okay, well, yeah, that's the subject. The number one flip-flopper. All things we report on, tongue-tied this morning. We report all things that flip and flop. The number one flip-flopper, Miss Flip-Flopper. Okay, how does she expose herself now? Well, she continues to show, and her actions verify, that she's a traitor to us, and she's a backstabber, and she has a very, very weak mind. Her mind is very flip-flop. Her mind is very confused. Has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with you. We're looking at the situation. Anybody can see this person is a flip-flopper. This person is confused, has no direction, has no purpose in life, has no goal. I'm a paralegal, but you can't get a job in law. No law firm. Well, actually, how are you going to get a job being a paralegal and you do not put in applications? You have to put in an application, right? In order to be considered. She's too damn lazy to put in applications. So, how are you going to get a job? And then you talk about, I want to be this great writer, but you have no creativity. In order to be a writer, you have to be creative. You have to have an imagination. Now, you believe in the imagination from other people, like your Bible. That's the imagination. That's the fantasy, the fiction of somebody's imagination. And all this imaginary fantasy, delusional garbage from these peckerwoods that you listen to all night long on YouTube. They have imagination, delusions. But in order to be a writer, you must have an imagination and you must be creative. And we show no signs that she has none. And if you want to work as a paralegal, then you must contact law offices. You're not interested. You're lazy. You're a bum. That's what you have shown. That's what you have proven. You present no evidence that you are a hard worker. You cannot even hold on to any job. You're always making excuses for failure. Okay, so let's go back real quick to, I think this is 2012. This is 2012. This comes from a show, a local Atlanta show called The Arena. And of course you see right here, Miss Flip-Flopper. And then right next to her was is another YouTuber this ministry has great respect for. Even though we have our differences, he's the only brother where I can speak my mind and I can critique his ideology, his opinion, and he does not get emotional. He never cried. He never whimpered. Shout out to King Noble Black Supremacy. I'm going to give King Noble Black Supremacy his props because he earned it. He never cried because I criticized or laid down my opinion about his black supremacist ideology. He never whimpered. He never called me a coon and a Sambo and all this other dumb stuff because I asked you questions about your ideology because I expressed my opinion about what you're talking about. I've had a very good, cordial, civil relationship with King Noble Black Supremacy, even though clearly we are different, we don't agree, but he has treated me like a brother. And until he does something different, I'm going to have to consider him my brother. I'm going to have to consider him my friend because he respects this ministry and I respect what he's doing, regardless to our differences. He does not, unlike Bakari, get emotional, unlike Cuckoo Cutter, get emotional, and that Arab boombox cartel guy, Gay Nollywood Jr., gets emotional, and of course the faceless troll Alquan, all these emotional suckers, along with some of these women, Aaliyah Porkchop Muhammad, of course, Miss Flip Flopper is emotional, and Piggly Wiggly Karen, emotional. So this comes from 2012, I believe, from an Atlanta talk show called The Arena. Now, the host of this show is this fella right here. Goes by the name of Black Sign. He's the host of this show. And this is when Miss Flip Flopper, I guess that's when she first got to know this Black Sign character. I don't know who this guy is. Never met him. Never talked to him. But at this time, I guess Miss Flip Flopper is a Hebrew Israelite or an atheist or I don't know what the hell. See, she don't know. We don't know what she might be as time goes on. So she hanging around. Clearly, when you look at these people here, they're not Christians. One is a Hebrew Israelite, I believe, Kemetic, King Noble Black Supremacy. I don't know what the hell this Black Sign guy is. I don't know what he is. A fake ass Jamaican. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's her clique. And she began to like Mr. Black Sign. And Black Sign, now according to her story to me, Black Sign wanted some of those panties, of which when you join and interact with these guys, it's all about money, it's all about panties, it's all about praise. So of course, Mr. Black Sign wants to get in her panties, and Mr. Black Sign, I think she told me he's married or supposed to have been going through a divorce. He's a baby daddy. He has children. He's used up material. Now, she would rather be with this than a brother has no children, ain't been around the world with different folks. But that's how a lot of these women, and then when they get with people like this, then they want to complain. You knew that he was married or divorced, jumping from woman to woman, baby daddy. You knew he was a mess. And then when he show you, after all the smiles and giggles is over, and maybe you like him because of his dreadlocks, he's handsome to you or whatever. When the dust settles, you knew you was messing with a mess when y'all got involved. But he's a mess and she's a mess. So the only conclusion got to be a big ass mess. Okay, so now she claims that he got angry at her because she would not give in to his desires at that particular time. If he had been just a little patient, she said she would have gave the cootie cat, the putty tat to this fella right here. So he gets angry and he makes mockery of her. Basically, he calls her a bum, a loser, and he brags about his house. He brags about the little money he might have, blah, blah, blah. And she gets angry and she claims she cut ties with this fella. She claimed she cut ties. And if you listen to her videos, he makes an appearance, he reappears, and he reappears, and she says that Sonetta probably gave him her telephone number. She's a liar. She probably never did block him. She claims she blocked him, but we really don't know what the deal is. And she talked about him on the various videos, she talked about how he abused her, verbally abused her, made mockery of her. But now, guess what, y'all? Here he is. Now, this is the thing about this guy. I don't know this man. He probably got my number from one of my videos because my number is public. And he started texting me talking about how much he liked my videos, especially the ones I do with Sister Noble. Then he texted me. He sent me $20 or $30 or whatever it was. Then he made a suggestion that me and Sister Noble could make some extra money if we did porn videos for him. And he has approached Sister Noble on various occasions to do porn. He approached me to do porn with Sister Noble. Now here he is, right now, sitting with Sister Noble, and she was just laughing about her old video, talking about I want to be a porn star. She's talking about she support prostitution, and now here he is. She's reconnected with a guy who is an amateur porn maker. So don't be shocked if you don't see her on Pornhub or Ghetto Gaggers. He's an amateur porn maker. He's already sent her money trying to get her to do porn. $50, $100 just to get to talk, just to try to, so he can try to get her to do pornography or maybe even prostitution. So now here he's back again because he knows she's under attack. She's in a bad place. See, that's how these abusers and manipulators do. Now he's back on the scene. And Sister Noble is weak-minded. Plus, clearly she must have some type of desire to be a porn star or become a prostitute. He's back on the scene. So don't be shocked that we don't see her on Pornhub. He's an amateur pornographer, a porn maker, and he puts videos on the net. Oh, wow. Breaking news, y'all. We see where this is going. Alberta Parish turning porn star. For real. Wow.